Wolfpack, what is going on, Savage? In today's video, we're going to be spectating some duos, and well, the ending of this game, even I didn't see this coming. But I hope you enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like on it, subscribe today. But let's dive into the video. All right, guys, so they finally nerfed the PPSH. I honestly didn't mind the meta that much. It's not getting killed by it, but there's been way worse metas than that, in my opinion. Not today, Kimasabi. Not today. Someone said, don't let the bots kill you because then you got to spec to them. And I was like, you know what? You're right, bro. You are right. But guys, if you don't have the DP leveled up and you don't believe me, pick up the ground loot one. Try it for yourself. Even the ground loot with the attachments it has on it is a fucking animal. Try it out, boys. But anyway, today we're going to be spectating some duos gameplay. I will be spamming some solos gameplay here for you guys in the near future. Most likely starting this weekend, next week, something like that. I gotta really get some good ones going. All right, but right now we're spectating White Cheddar. Dude, Grandma Jim, that threw me off big time. Grandma Jim is getting a squad wipe, but another squad instantly converging. Now, one thing you guys do need to be aware of, especially in duos, is it's third-party central. There are more teams. There are double the amount of teams in duos and quads, duh. So you guys, whenever you get in a fight, be ready. Someone will be nearby, especially in a hot spot like this. Unfortunately, White Cheddar goes down. I don't know what happened to Grandma Jim. He seems to be camping a building right now. Say camping, your boy's flapping out right now. He's got 4 kills. He may just squad wipe that team too, but again, we need to start moving because there are more players around here, I'm sure. Yeah, basically my carbine's not this exact build, but it's very similar. I really like it a lot. I think I hear footsteps actually. I might be wrong. I am wrong. All right, money's also harder to come by. A lot harder to come by. The half our games, we were literally having to wait for the free loadout drop. So with that being said, something I recommend you guys do is just land somewhere hot, dude. We had more success at peak now than ever before. Not just from getting kills and having fun and getting some fights, but also from finding some money. There's a lot of stuff there. Not to mention every time you kill somebody, you get whatever they happen to find too. Of course, more kills equals more money usually. So guys, I recommend dropping peak. And also just from the practicing standpoint, dudes, if you guys can be more efficient with whatever you find right off the bat and getting in fights and winning, or just winning some pistol fights, you will become a better player, no doubt about it. I used to watch a few players out there who are pros now. I remember when they first started Warzone, they may have had a 1.5, maybe a 2 KD at best, and they would land superstore, and I legitimately watched their KDs double just from practicing hot drops, guys. So it's not a myth. I've seen it done. I really wasn't a hot dropper guy, so I'm not a product of that environment, but I've gotten better with my gunplay just from dropping at peak. White Cheddar lost his ghoulie, unfortunately. All right, now we're moving out. Now, trophy systems on Bertha is always a great decision for sure. I guess I don't have to mute. I can just mute it for me. Bertha's with trophy system always a great option, and the balloons as well. Great way to push fights. If you guys are struggling out there, like, oh my god, I don't know where to find enemies, I tell you every day, go to clustered area. Mines is more of a bitch to fight just because of the 2 high grounds. It is an exact kill box. That's all it is. You're surrounded. So not only do you have to worry about people camping inside of mines, buildings, but you also have to worry about people on the ridges too. Very dangerous push, even for pro players. Not my favorite, but I'm not afraid to go there. So just be wary if you go that direction. Airfield's more flat. You don't have to worry about too much high ground, just high positions like tower. I'm on top of rooftops. But for the most part, it's basically open game. If you're good with your gunshots, you should be fine. You won't have to worry about being out position, just again campers, but every spot's gonna deal with campers. Power plant, not so much capital. You will have some teams there, especially now more than ever, but I don't really recommend it because, you know, cluster of buildings, people will be camped up. At least at airfield, there's a lot of wide openings. Oh, Grandma Jim struggling in that fight right there. Bob able to do some b-hopping through the bushes. I'm surprised he didn't read the enemy pushing him in that aspect. Enemy was already pretty vulnerable. We do have 2 teams here. The guy shooting at us now was shooting at the guy in the blue house, but he may have died. Now look, the enemies have two different positions only. They have two different lines of sight. They may be flanking you from two different positions as well. We're getting a little too loot hoary right now. Wouldn't you be worrying on getting this fight taken care of? Whenever you're in a position like this, I don't ever recommend mounting. Wow, get wrecked. Because they're gonna be sitting there holding the angles. The moment you mount, they're just gonna beam the shit out of you guys. If you're able to get the drop on the enemy, mount by all means. But mounting is not always a foolproof plan. In that situation, again, even if he would have successfully mounted, that result of him dying would have happened exactly then as well. But unfortunately, this squad not having too hot of a start. Grandma Jim's sitting on 5, so he's not doing terrible. But again, that area, you're looking at a lot of team fights, and this isn't a bad area to fight, but you're going to be third party. One of the reasons I like dropping peak is because with peak, you can go anywhere you want. You can go mines if you want some decent fights. You can go fields, which I'm not the most successful in fields, I'm gonna be honest. Or you can rotate beachhead, right? So rotating around peak's a bitch, but when you first drop in the game, you're not really sure where the circle's gonna rotate to. Peak is a good central point. Peak and mine both, where you can kind of go wherever. Peak's a better option because you have the option to attack docks, runway, beachhead, sub pin, and so on and so forth. So right now, here we are going for a loadout drop. It's pretty self-explanatory. Also, Vanguard Royale hasn't been too bad lately because all the sweats are in normal BRs now. So if you're a fan of Vanguard, you're gonna have a lot more fun with it now. It's food for thought for you players out there that just don't really care what mode it is. You're looking for something a little bit less sweaty. Vanguard Royale isn't too bad right now compared to what it was before they brought BRs back. It was rough. All right, we're just gonna talk a little bit about strategy. Right now, he's just finding money to get his teammate back. We really don't have much to say about that. But again, I like going peak because you can go anywhere. No matter where the circle dives to, you can go there. Fields is always a great spot to get in fights. But again, just as like mines, this is also surrounded by a lot of high ground. So I'm sure you guys can relate. When you're running through fields, whether you're looting, whether you're fighting teams, how many times have you guys been shot by multiple teams sitting on hills in opposite directions? You just get caught out in the open. Also, the downfall about fields is there's a lot of open spaces as you're rotating from buildings to buildings. Again, don't avoid it, but just kind of know what you're dealing with, judge your own strengths off of that, and play the strategy that fits you. I, for one, hate running in the open. The TTK is way too fast to contest it, so I try to avoid fields if I can. I'll usually land fields half the time, and then I'll rotate my ass out of there as quickly as possible. Again, power plant's kind of a useless one. That's more of an in-game spot where you see people fighting. You don't really see too many there. I really wouldn't say it's a passive drop because you still get about 2 or 3 teams, and because of the size of it being really tiny, you're gonna get in some fights. So if you're wanting a more passive drop, I think power plant would be your best option, but it's not completely, you know, no one gonna be there. So just be on the lookout for that. Capital, again, people have a misconception. Land by buildings and sit in corners, you're gonna be a better player. You will last longer. You can't, you will survive longer. There's no doubt about that. It's just, that's just a fact of BRs. But again, you guys want to get better at the game, stop relying on camping in corners, go out there and get in fights. You guys watch my stream, I'm always pushing fights, trying to improve enemy sensitivity, trying to get better with new metas. Oh, Grandma Jim down bad, bro. Grandma Jim down bad. We've all been there, haven't we? I'm not the only one. He's not the only one, right? We've all been there. It happens. He may have been too close to the generator to pull his parachute. Maybe he thought that distance, questionable, he might be able to survive it. As much as I want to go in on him, I can't, because shit, I did that today. Different situation, different spot, but same shit. But yeah, but look, okay. Going back to Capital 2, good thing with bad thing with Capital is circle 9 times out of 10 is going to rotate away from Capital. So if you land here, you're gonna have to get your stuff and get it quick and get out. And then you're gonna run into teams like Hero Godslayer that, I mean, gatekeeping you. Great therming, great therming. That was beautiful. You can just tell by the confidence the way he threw that shit. Now we saw him looking down to the left, so I would already start guessing that the enemy's gonna be rotating up to the left. He may throw some audibles. We are face checking the shit out this ridge. Oh, he lagged. But while one teammate's going down one way, again, I want to get as many kills as possible with my squad, dwindle the numbers down. Hold the position, let your teammate watch one direction, you watch the other, We got a riot shield. Oh God. Because I do believe there's more enemies behind us. What are we doing, my guy? What are you protecting yourself with? They both have riot shields. Holy shit. Fear Alicia. I mean, we know you're afraid. It's in your name. You don't have to prove us that you're afraid with a riot shield. Come on, brother. And then you've got your boyfriend out here doing the same shit. Oh my God. Also, side note, I really hope in Warzone 2, whenever you buy a skin for your weapon and you change the attachment, it keeps the skin on it. I really hope that you could do it with Blackout. For some reason in this game you can't, probably because of the number of attachments. Your internet is shit. Yes, Spectrum, I bet. I'm a fellow Spectrum holder. I understand your struggles. Garbage internet, trash internet. I feel you, bro. I feel you. Spectrum brother, gang, gang, gang. Let's get it, baby. No slide canceling, no looking sideways, just tunnel vision straight ahead. Now look, not hating, but how many of you guys do this? How many of you guys are like, I want to go this area, I'm just going to go straight? And to be honest, it's more Fear Alicia than anything that's actually guiding this, because all Hero God Slayer's doing, that's a big name, is just following. He's just in follower mode. He's like Fear Alicia's little sheep. Wherever Fear Alicia goes, we're going to. Yeah, we see it pretty often. But basically what this is doing is this is allowing you to get clapped. Now you don't have to live with the state of paranoia, but running in the open, we're not sticking to the rocks. We're not bouncing from tree to tree. We're just running the edge of the circle. Now, if you want to play the edge of the circle, by all means do it. You will get the most kills sometimes playing the edge because you'll run into more people. But people that play the edge normally are camping in houses. So if you're rotating on the edge out in the open near buildings, there's a good chance you're going to die. Good reaction time from Hero. I think ADS so fucking fast. That kind of blew me away. You might have played up though. Played up. Ah, screw it, YOLO. Something I see Fear Alicia and Hero God Slayer doing is they just love ego checking everything. I get it. There are positions that if you're getting pushed, you have to ego check. You don't have time to play it. I understand that, but when you're at a distance like that, there's really no need for it. You know what? Karma's a bitch. You dropped your riot shield and you got fucking laid out. You get that. That's what you get. You deserve it. You deserve everything you just got just now. Every single thing. 100%. Rocking riot shields in Caldera. Rocking riot shields in a BR in general just screams, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Now, with saying that, there are a few players out there that are goats that use that as part of their like loadout just to troll. I'm not talking about them, but players like this, look at this. What are you doing? I will say it's great leash. At least they re-challenged them while the enemy was in the open. Let's see if we actually push. We're not. Oh, I was about to say they spent their money on a UAV. I didn't realize it was a fire stem. I'll be real. Now look, we could be playing the corner of the building and shoot this enemy in the open, but again, we're just too busy sitting here waiting to buy our teammate back. Oh, please step up and let me shoot that bitch. I mean, Fear Alicia kind of played that well. I can't hate. I mean, again, I would have just played the building and killed them long ago, but it worked out. All right, here we have two Berthas coming here for the buy, I'm sure. With thermites, he just jumped out on your teammates. He may have to get the kill. Let's see what we're able to do. This guy is completely oblivious, jumping out of the vehicle out in the open and just running away. You're in a 2v1 situation right now. He should have just hopped back into the Bertha or something else. But his clan tag says it all. Damn, son. That's... Damn. All right, combine your money, get into the UAV, and let's head off. Once the circle collapses, that's when you need to decide if you want to rotate across the airfield early or not. There are benefits to crossing earlier, and there are downfalls as well as in game. Now, the problem with crossing the airfield at the very last second is that everyone's gonna be trying to cross, or everyone's gonna be gatekeeping that and watching it, and the chance of survival is like 2%. I made that number up, but it's very low. However, sometimes if you do push it too soon, let's say you push across because you think the circle's gonna finish that there, and it bounces back, then again, you face that 2% chance, and you were already safe. So you have to kind of weigh the risk versus reward and kind of try to do the best to read the circle. All right, so it's already on our side. This isn't bad at all. Big building. It's going to be a quicker ending because of that. Big building, lots of open areas, a little bit of high ground, open field right there, or airfield. So this isn't a bad thing for Alicia and company. They could probably end up pulling this off, assuming they don't do anything stupid. They did just piss off tower. We are running out in the open. But the kid on tower didn't look too confident with anything in life. He was just laying there prone. I don't think he shot at us. If there was only one guy with riot shields, you could just sandwich them and pinch them. But because both of them have riot shields, that makes things a little bit more difficult. Kind of like in the movie 300, how they used all the shields to protect themselves. It's the same stupid bullshit. Not really sure what Felicia's doing. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I definitely like the fact that Blue's playing up there. Alicia was kind of do some 360s in the middle of the open. Pretty undecisive. It's funny how Hero went from following for Alicia to kind of leading the way. Precision coming in. I hope they lose. I hope they lose. Stuns are also your best friend against riot shields because they can't turn really fast and you can just get behind them. They are playing aggressive. They're definitely not afraid to push buildings and find players, but when you have riot shields, I guess there really isn't fear. Now look, when these guys win, because they probably will, don't you guys go out there using riot shields, all right? Don't you do it. Don't you fucking do it. Right here, mark the building. To be honest, too, if you can possibly get the rooftop, I think that'd be amazing, but good luck getting to the roof. 3 teams left. It's a 2v2v1 situation. We got pings going out by Blue. Not really sure what he's spotting, I'm gonna be honest. This gun's a beamer, boy. God damn, it's a beamer. I'm so mad they won. I'm so angry. Good thermite again. What the f? Activision said, you don't want to watch them win? Fine, fuck it. We'll shut the whole server down. Yo, your boy was a beast with them thermites, not gonna lie. He kept getting a bunch of direct hits, but man, that's Warzone for you right there. If this isn't a perfect, like, this is Warzone video, I don't know what is. A lot of ratty plays. We got riot shields. We got disconnects. We got lag. We got a lot of things this game that is a perfect definition of what Warzone really is. Wow. Well, I'm going to post it anyway because fuck it, but we already know they were going to win. It was a 2v1 once they killed that last guy. Damn. But guys, look, as Warzone 2 approaches us to God knows when it's going to be released, it could be released with Modern Warfare 2 towards the end of the year, or could wait a few months like Warzone did with Modern Warfare. We don't know, but I'm pretty sure Warzone 2 will not transfer anything from Warzone over. You may get an emblem, you may get a calling card, maybe a camera or something from playing it, but I highly doubt, highly doubt stats will carry over. If stats do carry over, it'll be one of the most disappointing things in my opinion, because players who have been practicing and practicing for years have already tanked their stats into oblivion because they were bad at one point, and I'm sure everyone wants a fresh start to show how they've improved. A lot of players out there right now is telling me, Savage, you brought my KD up from 0.6 to 1.4. Love it. That's awesome. But imagine what your KD could be if you had a fresh start and all those bad games you had weren't there anymore. Your KD could potentially be hitting a 2. So I would love for Warzone 2 to come out and you guys tell me, that first month of it, what your KD is at that point, if that makes any sense at all. Secondly, again, going back to the conversation of camos, you should be able to swap out all your attachments and use those camos on the weapon. But yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you had a good one. Again, I'm still trying to find an SMG I really love. The well gun's not leveled up for me yet, and my Owen's like only level 50, so I got to get started with that in Clash. But I'll let you guys know soon what my go-to weapon is, because the PPSH, it ain't cutting anymore, boys. But y'all have a good one. Until next time, good luck in Warzone.